Hey everyone, hope your day is going well. You're back with another reaction. We're checking out At the Bottom of Everything by Bright Eyes. This is the first time I will be reacting to this band. I wasn't aware of this band, so looking forward to getting to know them and their music. This was a Patreon request by Suzanne. Thank you so much for this request and donation. It was an interesting way of getting to this band or this recommendation because I hear it was uh, a character in a novel that was a fan of this band. If I'm not mistaken, I think Jonathan Franzen is an American writer. He had a novel called Freedom, and I think the main character is into them, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's interesting. I love books. If you don't, maybe the background will give that away. So, yeah, let's go. That's a great way of coming to a song. Let's listen.
So there was this woman, and she was on an airplane, and she was flying to meet her fiance, sailing high above the largest ocean on planet Earth, and she was seated next to this man who, she had tried to start conversations, and the only thing she'd heard him say was just to order his Bloody Mary, and when she was sitting there and she was reading this really arduous magazine article about a third world country that she couldn't even pronounce the name of, and she's feeling very bored and very despondent, and then suddenly there was this huge mechanical failure, and one of the engines gave out, and they started just falling in 30,000 feet. The pilot's on the microphone, and he's saying, I'm sorry, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm apologizing, and she looks at the man, and she says, where are we going? And he looks at her, and he says, we're going to a party. It's a birthday party. It's your birthday party. Happy birthday, darling. We love you very, 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 very much. And then he starts humming this little tune, and it kind of goes like this. It's kind of 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoa, what an intro. Sheesh. A great actor, by the way. Whoa, that entire thing is already filled with so much of being over an ocean, almost being in between, in transition, right? You're just going somewhere, emotional numbness, reading about third world countries, trying to conversate with, start a conversation with people next to you. There's no connection. They're ordering their Bloody Mary. What was it? Feeling nothing, you can't pronounce the name of this country, feeling a little bit numb until, a crisis starts, right? This plane is perhaps going to go down, and then you start to feel something, a shock to the system. Very, very interesting. Where are we going? We're going to your birthday party. Hey. Yeah, that's interesting. Whoa.
1, 2, 3, 4. Talk in every telephone, get eaten off the web. Must rip out all the epilogues from the books that we have read. Into the face of every criminal, strapped firmly to a chair. We must stare, we must stare, we must stare. We must take all of the medicines, too expensive now to sell. Set fire to the preacher who is promising us hell. Into the ear of every anarchist that sleeps but doesn't dream. We must sing, we must sing, we must sing. And it'll go like this, alright. While my mother waters plants, my father loads his gun. He says death will give us back to God, just like the setting sun is returned to the lonesome ocean. And then they splashed into the deep blue sea. Oh, it was a wonderful splash. becoming ecstatic with the whole. Must memorize 9 numbers and deny we have a soul. Into this endless race for property and privilege to be won, we must run, we must run, we must run. We must hang up in the belfry where the bats and moonlight laugh. We must stare into a crystal ball and only see the past. Into the caverns of tomorrow with just our flashlights and our love. We must plunge, we must plunge, we must plunge. And then we'll get down there, way down to the very bottom of everything. And then we'll see it, oh we'll see it, we'll see it, we'll see it. Oh my morning's coming back. The whole world's waking up. All the city buses swimming past. I'm happy just because I found out I am really no one.
Oh. Wow. Very creative video, though. Really well done. Interesting vocals, too. I think his name is Connor. It had a little bit of, at least in this song, maybe it's because of the lyrics as well, a little bit of an anguish or angst in it almost. It could have something to do with the video and the lyrics, too, that I was maybe looking for that. It's a little bit of an indie sound, isn't it? Indie folk. Really, really nice. A lot of great lyrics, great guitar, too. But there's a lot of things there. I would have to read this entire text to kind of, because there's so much in there. Even the spoken part, there's so much in there. Wow. It's like, oh, this is a line I have to remember and maybe, go into, and already forgot. What's the name of this actor? Didn't he just pass away? Terence? Come on. Terence something? Terence Stamp. Right. That's him, right? Rest in peace. It was it last year. I think it's Terence Stamp, right? Yes, he was in the video. Yeah. I knew it was Terence, but I forgot his last name. Apologies. I always get him confused with Malcolm McDowell for some reason. From Clockwork Orange. I always get him confused for some reason. They look a little bit like each other, not that much. All right, sorry for that intermission there. I wanted to pay tribute because he was a great actor. Yeah. Let's replay some of this because I forgot. There was just so much packed into it.
It's a birthday party.
Yeah.
It's your birthday party. Happy birthday, darling. We love you very, 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 very much. And then he starts humming this little tune, and it kind of goes like this.
What a great intro.
It's kind of 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What a cool video. Did she put on the oxygen mask first? Wait a second. That's not how you do it. I think she... No, that's how you do it, of course. You have to help yourself first in life, and then you can help the others. That's the thing, right? I just wonder, if your child is sitting next to you. I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I have to get on a plane in a few months. I don't want to think about this. Come on. This is scary.
Every telephone get eaten off the web. Must rip out all the epilogues from the books that we have read.
Yeah, that was the one that I wanted to remember. See, and I already forgot. There's so much into this. We must talk in every telephone. So there's so much noise. There's no true connection. Get eaten off the web, perhaps the internet. We must rip out all of the epilogues and the books that we have read. No tight endings. That's just not how life works. They live happily ever after in the epilogue so many years later. Or, if I do write as well. I have a few novels. There could be some cliffhangers or some ambiguous stuff in there. It doesn't have to be tightly wrapped up. I don't like that either. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes not. It's a book, right? But in life, there's not really. Oh, we're gonna wrap this up in a nice bow and tie it up. And no, that's life is messy. Yeah, really nice.
Into the face of every criminal, strapped firmly to a chair. We must stare, we must stare, we must stare. We must
The guitar
take
is
all
nice.
of the medicines, too expensive now to sell. Set fire to the preacher who is promising us hell. Into the ear of every anarchist that sleeps but doesn't dream. We must sing.
Ew, that's some great lines in there, man. Take all the medicines too expensive to sell. Capitalism kind of decides who gets to live. That's where we at. Set fire to the preacher's promising as hell. That's a great line too. Every anarchist that sleeps but doesn't dream. Rebellion without any vision. You can destroy things, we can criticize things, tear things down, but after that, you have to step up and lead, right? Where is the vision after that? Nice.
We must sing, we must sing. It'll go like this, alright. While my mother waters plants, my father loads his gun.
Oh, what a great juxtaposition.
Death will give us back to God, just like the setting sun.
That's nice. The mother kind of nurturing, watering the plant, father loading the gun. Death will give us back to God. Sometimes religion uses justified violence, right? Which is, that's where we're at. Once again, this is a great song, man. What great writing.
The lonesome ocean. And then they splashed into the deep blue sea.
Oh, this video though, huh?
Oh, it was a wonderful splash.
Please, no. What a great metaphor.
We must blend into the choir, sing a static with the whole. Must memorize 9 numbers and deny we have a soul. Into this endless race for property and privilege to be won. We must.
Man, there's so many great lines in this. Blend into the choir, the loss of the individuality, memorize 9 numbers, deny we have a soul. We kind of are reduced to data nowadays. You got your ID number, everything. What is it in the US? You have your social security number. I don't know what that is, but I know of it because I've heard about it. And all of these things, we're just data, and we're not human. We're reduced to numbers and words and yeah, we're reduced to concepts as well, right? Even if we say we don't practice religion, we're not religious. We already are beholden to certain inherited concepts, that we are born into, gender roles or money, all these things that we believe in without actually knowing that we believe in them. They're unexamined, which is very interesting. Yeah, man, this is a thought-provoking song. Endless race for property and privilege to be won. This modern life, it's almost like a competition.
We must run, we must run, we must run.
Nice.
We must hang up in the belfry where the bats and moonlight laugh. We must stare into a crystal ball and only see the past. Into the caverns of tomorrow with just our flashlights and our love. We must plunge, we must plunge, we must plunge.
Yeah, the crystal ball, you can only see the past. That's the only thing that might be clear. And tomorrow, the caverns of tomorrow is unclear. We only have this flashlight. It's unknown. Accept uncertainty.
Get down there, way down to the very bottom of everything. And
now we're at the bottom of everything.
Oh, we'll see it, we'll see it, we'll see it. Oh, my morning's coming back. The whole world's waking up. All the city buses swimming past. I'm happy just because. because I
Mm.
found out I am really no one.
And there's kind of the punchline of everything when you strip everything away at the bottom of everything. I'm really no one. Not that you don't exist, but you know, the sensations that make up everything that you are. And we think of this I concept, right? The self um, experience, it really has no owner. Really nice. And I'm happy just because it's a beautiful thing there. Once you get to that stage, hopefully we can all get there. You know, even if it's just for a moment. It made me think of that song by the Beatles, because the world is round, it turns me on. It's nice. Well, that's a great song. Kind of, you know, this could be a natural extension of this. Yeah, I love the in his voice. You know, you can hear a trembling a little bit. You know, a little bit of angst, like I said, a haunting quality, but also a little bit of humor and laughs in it. The absurdity of it all. Really nice. Thank you for introducing me to this. If you have any other recommendations, let me know. Hope to see you there. Goodbye.